Holy snapping duck shit.
My good mate from Bump and Run Booker joins us.
I'm excited for another great show tonight. Give it the hoot nanny.
Hey, g'day, and welcome to another night of Trackside with Kokpit, brought to you by Vasey Engineering and TWS Technical Welding Services. We have night 2 for you tonight of the only Ammz Pokeno Auto Centre Speedway Awards of Excellence. Our awards up tonight are Tony Cardwell Medalist, Super Saloons, Peter Rees Medalist, Stockcars, Shane Penn Medalist, Superstocks, and the JMax Speedway Chronicles Superstock teams Echelon. And with us tonight is my mate Kinza. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. You and your bloody tooting with your sound effects and everything on the intro there. But I'm good. I'm all good. And obviously bouncing back from yesterday's man flu and slowly getting better. But I've got the next 2 days off. And you know what? This show is that important. Even though we won an award, I should be at I meet the candidates of council, but I don't want to share my bugs. So that's currently on at the moment. I thought I'll come and join you, my friend, to wrap up night 2 of the only Ammz Speedway Awards of Excellence.
Mate, I'm sure I've got my voice back to normal now. I don't sound like a dick anyway. You're probably better off here, not going to get abused by people anyway. Well, but
what's going to happen? So, yeah,
but yeah, mate, what a night last night we had with Ammz and his awards, mate. With the other ones we got away. I mean, those stats that Brad Lane gave us is incredible. You can see why he won Driver of the Year in the awards at Speedway New Zealand for modified, you know, with those stats that he achieved, mate, and all the rest of them. I mean, it was just incredible some of the stories that we heard, and just a fantastic night. It was unfortunate. We do apologise that Facebook cut us off last night because I played something that apparently was copyrighted, but they let us play it earlier in the day, but just not last night live. So good old Spacebook, I suppose that's what you get, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You know, these copyright things that pop in and out now, and all these music licenses. Anyone think I know a bit about that? I do. Green Sheet starts next week, chaps. Not long now. Wayne Otten, Logan Nicholson, maybe. How are you, Mark Goodman, Byron Brown Dixon, Kerry Gates, Bourbon Racing's back on there, the Hunter family, Mike Harvey, Mr. Repco, Huntley as well, and Loz. G'day, Loz, over there in Oz. We do have a big night here to carry on the second night of the awards. Shall we bring Ammz in, mate?
Let's bring him in. He can talk about tonight's awards. He loves to talk, that man. So here he is. Hey.
Oh, boys. Geez, I hope we had caught our breath after last night. Yeah, very special. Night 1 already done, dusted and in the books, and we're ready to go for night number 2.
Yeah, definitely. Evening to you once again, Maru Goodley, Darren Brian Letwood. I love the awards. It's awesome. And Mike Harvey. Hey, guys. Mate, let's get into it. And it's just a brief, and you touched on it briefly yesterday. It's your passion for rugby league, the NRL, no different to the Dally M's, which is coming up. I see already some of the NRL clubs have had their own awards because they're going to the finals. Big game for the Wars this coming weekend up against the defending premiers after 4 seasons, the Panthers. That's going to be a tough one, but that's where it's moulded from, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, Tins. You know, it's as you had just alluded to before, my passion for rugby league. I love my rugby league, but yeah, just I was just really fascinated how they go about the how they do the Dally M Awards and how they go through the process of how they do all that stuff. And I thought to myself, why can't they work in Speedway? But yeah, so I thought I'll introduced that initiative, and we're about 2 seasons in the books now, and yeah, absolutely loving it.
Awesome. It's all about consistency for those who have been represented in the points over the time that we've had Ammz on our shows most Wednesday nights until we had that little break. And then there's finalists and then the eventual winner, but also credit to those who've got naming rights on each category. We just touched on this briefly off air, with the 5 classes, I think it is from memory, and I know you're a busy man, but in an ideal way, if you were to add maybe another class, not saying that you're going to, so don't get us wrong for all the viewers out there, this is going to happen. It's just a question I'm going to ask Ammz, just in case you have that similar question. If there was another class, just pick one, mate. What would you throw in there?
Judging from what the people have requested, the number one class at the top of that list has been the street stocks, and closely followed behind by the TQs. So yeah, I've had quite a few people message me asking whether I was going to add other classes. Simply put it, man, these 5 classes on their own already keep me busy as it is. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just I need to put it out to the fans at some later stage before the upcoming season starts, and just let the fans know. It's maybe I'll just put the ball in their court and say, hey, what class would you like to have added to the other classes that are already there? You know, it's obviously it's going to be a benefit for the drivers for that class, whatever it may be, and also the fans that follow that class, or just Speedway fans in general. But yeah, a bit more of a headache for me though. I don't know. Maybe I have to wake up at 3 a.m. every Sunday to do it. I don't know.
But, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
It kind of segues into what I'm going to bring up now, talking of fans and people. Tell us more about this.
Yeah, well, it's Captured Media People's Choice Awards. I had this initiative running I started it this morning. Actually, I actually should have started it yesterday or probably at the start of the week. But yeah, Captured Media. So that's Glenn Tamatea. He's always been a good friend of mine, and no doubt he's well known around the Speedway community as well, especially in Palmerston North. He does like to venture out to other tracks around the country, but he's always been a good friend of mine. He always puts me up when I come down to Palmy. So I just thought I'd give back to my friends, you know, and no different with JMac, Speedway Chronicles. He's the naming rights sponsor for the Superstock teams, Echelons. We will have announced the winner for that later on in the show. And also Legaspeed Multimedia, that's Murray Goodley. So if anything, it's just myself giving back to these guys who I think they do their part in just uplifting the profile of Speedway and what I add, you know, whether that's across all social media platforms. You know, we see it with Sean, Sparky, and obviously Troy Adamson, the Racer's Edge, who's doing an awesome job with what he does. Yeah. Likewise with J-Mac and Glenn Tamatea, and then also Murray with his Speedway art and drawing as well, as you'd see behind Booker there on the wall. So these are all really good friends of mine, and that's the only way I think I can kind of give back to these guys and give them the exposure they deserve as well.
It's actually incredible how many we have now that are supporting our sport and putting up so much during the season. Me and Kins made a note of it last season, that the amount of social media, hey mate, that was happening with everybody contributing to making our sport better last season. It was just incredible. Everybody, all those media people, even some new ones that came through too that we hadn't seen before, that were really looking good. I mean, we noticed a few new ones last season, and yeah, I just think that the whole social media side of it is really starting to work well with promoting our sport, and we can keep that up and keep it in a positive light. We can only move forward with it, and with things like this, Ammz, of your awards, it just adds to the flavour of the whole thing, doesn't it?
Well, that's right. And as you just had alluded to before, you know, it's everybody. We're kind of all coming together, but we're all chipping in where we can and what we feel or how we can contribute. And it's good, because I don't think a lot of people realise, despite, I could probably say it's ludicrous, but just the amount of money what's involved in our sport, you know, the amount of money that these drivers are spending on their cars to go racing and what it takes to go racing, man. We're still a grassroots sport in this country, and it's hard to fathom that, despite what these guys are paying to go racing. But if there's anything we can do to try and uplift the profile and try and uplift it across all those social media platforms to uplift the professionalism of the sport in some way, then hey, let's all get about it and let's do it.
Well, it's definitely moved into a professional space. Look, some of the quality that you're able to watch in the comfort of your lounge now from live streaming, which is huge in the sport over the recent years. Then you've got others like us and many others. And I think we're up against young is it Megan Books in the final down in the south?
Megan Dumlow, she did an awesome job. Some of her stuff that she did down there, especially around the New Zealands, was just outstanding. And we met her at the awards, and she was a lovely lady. And I see she's out there advertising if anybody wants to have promo videos done for themselves to get hold of her. So I mean, she's certainly someone that is certainly advanced and doing very, very well. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You got Blake Speedway out there as well, traveling. I think 64 meetings on the calendar for next year as well for him. And that's him, Jennifer and Wayne all together. They travel around. So that's just someone that we know of. But there is so much hype on social media now. And I tell you what, it even goes back into the decades gone by. The stuff that you've unearthed and shared at Huntley over the years gone by, some of those earlier championships. Then you can go way back on social media into that historic stuff as well, which takes you way, way back. I'm talking like black and white photo days. So it gives you a whole insight. Social media.
I'm not old enough to remember those days.
It's a joy. And I saw one on Shanta's page, Pete Drake. Next to the old girl there. It's like, that's what the power of these type of things are. But that's not saying you need to get your backside trackside. That's our saying. Make sure you get along there, because you got to support the clubs who try to put on the events and get the drivers to come along, because it's tough up and down the country. Should we get into it, mate? We've had enough bit of a chat.
I'll just quickly mention before we bring the first ones in, Kins, that also tonight that Peter Rees of Rees Race Cars is going to give 2 rims to the winner of the Stockcars and the Superstocks. So 2 rims each to the winners of the Stockcars and the Superstocks as a donation and prize from Rees Race Cars. So that's pretty cool as well to get behind it for you, Ammz.
Yeah, it's I mean, Pete's just he's a legend, and he'll probably go down as one of the greats in our sport for. I mean, not only for his exploits on the track, and he's been doing it for such a long time, but he helped so many people. He's building the race cars for a lot of drivers from around New Zealand, and I'll probably be confident in saying that a lot of the stock car chassis are currently going around, whether that's Superstock or stock cars. I reckon at least 70% of the field are Rees race cars right now out on the track. So, I mean, for full credit to Pete and what he's done. He's worked his ass off to get to where he is today, and he deserves all the accolades. And just having a guy come on board and then obviously have him recognised as part of the awards, it's been my absolute pleasure to have his name associated with that type of stuff. And likewise, everybody else, Tony Cardwell, Roger Bertram, Alan Wakeling, and Shane Penn. These are all the guys that we grew up watching over the last how long, and they're true heroes in their own right.
Mm. Yeah. We do plan in the future too. You mentioned one name, and he was associated last night, Roger Bertram. Just keep an eye on our Facebook page, on our Kokpit page. He could be joining us sometime soon for a bit of an exclusive special with the man that's won so many modified titles in amongst an era where there was so many great modified drivers. So RB Birdie will join us sometime soon. Anyway, we'll move into getting into the big night ahead, mate. Where do we want to start?
Yeah, our first stop will be the Tony Cardwell Medalist for Super Saloon Racing Excellence, and following that we will have the Peter Rees Medalist Award, and then we'll cap it off with the Shane Penn Medalist Award, and then on to the JMax Speedway Chronicles Superstock teams Echelon, and then I will cap the evening with the Captured Media People's Choice Awards. And big thank you to everyone who's participating and voting there. Voting's still open. If you still want to go and keep voting, you can vote as many times as you want. The link is on my Facebook page, but only Ammz Facebook page, as well as the Kokpit Media as well. So go on there, get voting, vote for your favourite drivers available, and we'll see who's the winner at the end of the night. But our first stop is the Tony Cardwell Medalist for Super Saloon Racing Excellence. Kins, if you're able to bring up the finalists for that section, please.
Okay, let me see if I can just scoot along and...
Come on, one job, mate. Come on.
One job. I'll get in there. I nearly had it on the winner. I was going to pop... What are we doing? Super Saloons, eh?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you got no ears, mate.
He's a counsellor, Ammz.
Yeah, I don't listen. I don't listen.
Oh, not that type
there
of
we go. There we
go, race fans. Our finalists for the Tony Cardwell Medalist Award is Craig Cardwell, Chris Cowling, Joe Ingram, Mark Osborne, and Sam Waddell. So, same as last night, team. I will mention the top 5, which I've just done, or the finalists in this case, and I'll also mention the top 3, including the winner. And then once we have announced the winner, I will announce the points for the top 10, including the finalists I've just mentioned. So, I just need to bring up the points on my end now, but in third place for the Tony Cardwell Medalist for Super Saloon Racing Excellence, third place is 18M Sam Waddell. In second place, 2NZ Chris Cowling. And your winner, the recipient for the Tony Cardwell Medalist for Super Saloon Racing Excellence for season 24-25, your winner is 8A Craig Cardwell. And there we have it, the winner graphic there, the Tony Cardwell Medalist winner, Craig Cardwell, and how ironic is that, mate? You know, he wins his father's award, but unfortunately we couldn't have Tony come on the show tonight. Apparently he's out for dinner, so that's all good. And but we are fortunate enough to have Craig come on to the show.
Yeah, Craig should be sitting there. So I'll bring Craig in. Craig, can you hear us, mate? Yeah, jump on if you want. Just want to flick your phone around the opposite way and. Let's bring him in, eh?
Here I am.
There he is.
So that must be rigged because I never beat Chris Cowling or Mark.
But that's all good, though. You'd be pretty stoked, though, wouldn't you?
It's good. Yeah, it's good. Fast boys in the top 5, so no, I'm pretty chuffed with that.
Yeah. But, you know, it just shows consistently how you've, because it's on the points side of things, it's just showing how you've raced over the entire season. So you've done better than what you said, Osborne, Carling, and everyone else.
Yeah. No, that's cool. The old boys, they're the wedding anniversary, so they're going out for dinner.
We'll let that slide this time. You know?
Yeah. So sorry about that. But, yeah, I'd say he'd be in the bad books if he... didn't go out for that.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. The last thing we want to be bloody dealing with on the show anyway. So what's been happening in the off-season, mate? You've done a little stint over in the US of A.
Yeah, we did a trip up there in May, which was cool. We went up there for two and a half weeks, which, yeah, it was full on, a lot of travelling. We got a camper van and we cruised around. We actually parked up at the headquarters, Kryptonite Race Cars, and so we spent a lot of time there and pestering and asking questions and helping and just learning their day-to-day routines. And then we ventured out and explored a little bit when we had time off and then, yeah, come back and just sort of busy with work and race car stuff and just getting into go-karting as well with my daughter. So I got a little go-kart, so been sort of getting that sorted. So that's going to be Sundays after Saturday night racing with Brad Lane as well. So his daughter's going to be racing too, so it'll be quite cool.
I think I did see that somewhere. I did see a go-kart or something. You posted up, I think, with your daughter, didn't you? Or
yeah.
Post up or somewhere?
Yeah. She I started karting at this age. She's 7. I started back then at the same age, so it's quite cool. And yeah, I was talking to Brad, and he's obviously big time into it, and his daughter is the same age, and she's starting this year too. So I thought, well, it's a good time to start them.
Yeah. So who's more excited about that, you or her?
Wow, probably me, but yeah. She's been pretty good. Like, we've done some testing around the driveway and that. She's I think she'll have a bit of fun. So if she doesn't like it, but it's good to give them a go at it anyway.
No doubt, exactly that. What's the comparison when you had your little time over in America compared to back home? I know they're bloody fast and the tracks are very different and the cars are a lot different. In your mindset, what's the comparison like? They're just full on, eh?
Yeah, it's sort of, you know, your top competitors, the Carolings and the Osbornes and Waddell, etc. It's just a whole field of them, basically. And yeah, like, so basically when you go out there, you jump line on the dummy grid and you got time trials, because every time you race, your time trials determine where you start in your heat race. and you just sort of just drive out on the track, and there's no driving around packing the track. You just straight into it. So you pretty much come off the turn, and then you're at the flag tower, and then get into it. Like there's no warm up, so the cars can be warm. The track's already prepped, and it's there's just no there's no time to adapt. You just got to adapt quick, which is the hardest part I found. And just the dynamic of how the cars are, and the track's heavily banked. Tested here. Much like kind of Gisborne, how it used to be, but that would be a flat track to them over there. Like they're pretty pretty steep.
Yeah. Now I watched a fair bit on the good old social media. When you see them come flying around that corner, it's just full floor flat, and they just right by the wall into the next corner, and it's just holy shit.
Yeah, I was with Freddie's just like, you got to go in here, and I'm like, this thing, like it feels like they're going to spin out all the time. So it's just getting confident in the car too, you know. And obviously it's not your car, and you don't want to trash it. But yeah, I feel we got more comfortable as we raced more and more. But yeah, great experience, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
What about your own? Oh, sorry, Box, Karen.
I was just going to say, you said earlier you don't really get a lot of prep. You just sort of get out there and you got to go. And I'm just wondering, do you think that's what makes an advantage for them when they come here? Because they seem to get here and get on the track and seem to be up to speed straight away, don't they, when they come over here, the Americans? Do you think that is part of it, that you don't get a lot of prep time over there, you just into it?
Yeah, I guess so. And it's sort of, they just race so much up there. Like every Friday, Saturday night, there's tracks to race at, and there's 5 or 6 tracks to race at to choose from within sort of 2 hours. Especially where we were in West Virginia. So if one track could get rained out, you just go off to another track. So, and in regards to us doing 20 or 18 or 16 shows a year, they will do 40 to 50.
Yeah.
And plus, and they'll also do the Wednesday nights as well, and sometimes Sunday. So their track time's just far more than us, basically. But they adapt, and that's their livelihood. Like that's all they do, a lot of them.
Well, it's like when we watch Bobby Pearce at the teams come over, he just jumps into the car and off he goes. It's like, what the hell? This guy doesn't even race here, and he's showing us our Kiwi boys up and their stuff. You can't be doing this, mate. Anyway, back here, what's happening with your car? Off-season wise, all ready to go for the upcoming season?
Yeah, we sort of gave it a good going through. We rebodied it, and it's got some new graphics coming up, which is cool. Went through the trailer. Our trailer was looking a bit secondhand, so we put a new wrap on that, and new lighting inside, and new batteries and solar, and so everything's just had a big makeover basically. And we haven't done anything major. Like our engine's still the same. It's just been put with fuel and oil, so it doesn't deteriorate with the methanol. And that's really about it. Nothing really, drastic. Just sort of tidy everything up so it looks fresh and new for the season.
Awesome, bro.
Basically.
Yeah, I see you got a little bit of leftover merch here on the Facebook page. Got some new stuff coming down in the upcoming season, or see how it goes?
We'll see how it goes, and it's a lot of time into that. I did it backwards way, and I bought everything and stored it. So I guess we'll take the rest of it with us to the tracks and do stuff. We've got a lot of kids stuff left over, so we'll just work out something there. And in due course, we might just do small amounts of stuff. I see that, a lot of guys like Crystal's doing his cars and stuff, which is cool. But we'll just see how it goes. It's a lot of time involved in it to do the merch, and obviously I'm busy running business and trying to do the car and all that. So it's mainly a time factor, basically.
Actually, they're good and warm, though, Aikens, the Cardwell hoodies, the ones we got off Craig.
Oh, mate, they're bloody warm, yes. I live in the bloody thing at Speedway, to be honest. I actually bumped into his dad down at Nelson's Superstock, and he saw me. He goes, look, I love my sweatshirt, old TC? It's bloody good, all right, mate. Then your mum came up to me. He better bloody gave that to you. I said, yeah, he did. He did. You're racing back out of Auckland this upcoming season?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've seen the new developments that's eventually happening with the whole new surface, a bit more banking here and there. That's going to suit you down to a T.
Yeah, it's cool. I actually went out there with Wade Jennings, who's the the big fella in charge out there with all the architectural designs, and she gave me a good tour around there, and it was cool. The wall was just getting started, the foundations were in, and I could see the banking, and it's going to be an awesome venue, like, and not only just for our cars, but I think for all Speedway spectators. It's going to be fast. It's going to be multiple lanes, multiple passing places, throughout the night, not just the earlier the night, the later in the night. It'll really will be good.
Yeah. No, cool. Thought I'd just ask you that. And I was talking to Wade when we had him on the show off air that your dad, Lance, and a few of the old names going to get out there and do some laps one day, mate. We'll do a bit of a retro legends night, eh?
We were trying to get a retro night going for
retro night with some legend names. Reckon Dad will get out there and do a few laps?
I've actually got it in writing from him, which I'm going to hold it to it, because apparently Cromwell were doing a legends night that they did with the sprint cars for the last 2 years, and apparently they're doing a Super Saloon one this year.
Oh.
So it'll be cool if we get him down there to do it. He said he will. So where that takes place and happens, then we'll lock him in.
Well, you get it's Stephen and Chris to work on Morris. You get Sam to work on his dad, Dino, and we'll work it out from there, mate.
That should be good. Some gold. Well, I was thinking Skinny. I don't know how his position is with his foot.
Yeah.
But you got Dennis Bolt, you've got Lance Jennings, you've got Ray Stewart, you got there's some heaps of cool names, like as we grew up as kids watching, which would be cool for a lot of people to see.
I'd love to see Skinny behind the wheel again, to be honest, in a saloon car. Hey.
We've also got Craig Richards. That's been up. That helps Brodie Abramson. He'll be a good man to see back on the wheel.
I can suss out Craig, trust me. I just got to ring my daughter. She works for Richards Toyota, so that's all good.
Yeah.
Sweet, there's something to work on, Craig. Again, congratulations on winning your dad, Tony Cardwell's award, and well-deserved, mate. And we'll catch up trackside during the season, eh?
Yeah, thanks, guys, and thanks for all your efforts and everything you put into it. And, you build our sport up immensely in social media platforms and stuff, and it's cool. We're glad we put on a good show for everyone, and you guys make us look better than what we are.
You guys are the entertainers on the track, mate. Take care, eh? Thanks, Craig.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks.
See ya.
See ya. Bye.
Well, that's the man himself, your winning recipient for the Tony Cardwell Medalist for Super Saloon Racing Excellence, Craig Cardwell. Kins, I'll just quickly bring up the points chase total for the top 10, and they do come up there. But make no mistake about it, Craig Cardwell, your winner there on 132. Chris Cowling there in second on 123. Sam Waddell back there on 114. Joe Ingram was the surprise package there on the Magic 100. Mark Osborne there on 95. Mitch Vickery on 88. Jason Long, the ex-New Zealand Superstock champion there on 81. Old man Richie Taylor, the Canterbury Super Saloon legend himself on 80, alongside Jeremy Brown and the ex-Superstock pilot Peter Bingston, rounding out the top 10 for the Tony Cardwell Medalist for Super Saloon Racing Excellence. And we will now move on to the Peter Rees Medalist for Stock Car Racing Excellence. Kins, if you're able to bring up the finalists for that.
All right, here I go.
You don't want to talk to Pete first, or you want to do the points first?
I'll announce the finalists, and then we'll bring in Pete, and then we'll get into announcing the winner. So here's your finalists. Once again, as you would have seen on my Facebook page earlier in the week, Troy Cleveland, the driver out of Christchurch there, actually residing in the Blenheim area. Callum Flavel, Mitchell Lockett, Kyle Rowe, the ex-New Zealand champion, now 3NZ, and Sam Wright, the Flying Auckland, for the finalists for the Peter Rees Medalist for Stock Car Racing Excellence. And we might as well bring in the man, the Mr. Legend himself.
So he's having problems with his internet dropping in and out. So he said he may not be able to get him. So he has been trying.
Oh, that's all good.
So we'll just move on to... here's a text me here. So just dropped. So let's just move on to the winner, who will also be the recipient of 2 rims courtesy of Rees race cars. I think they're just standard black ones, but they're 2 rims and you'll get what you get. So there you go.
It's 2 rims better than nothing. But
Exactly, mate.
race fans, as I mentioned earlier in the telecast, that once again, we'll read out the finalists, which I've done, and now I'll announce the top 3, including the winner. Here we go. In 3rd place for the Peter Rees Medalist Award, 88C, Troy Cleveland.
Wow.
In 2nd place, 94A, Sam Wright. And your winner, the winning recipient for the Peter Rees Medalist for Stock Car Racing Excellence for season 24-25, your winner is 52V, Mitchell Lockett. And there's the winner graphic coming up on the screen there. Now, I need to kind of elaborate on this because this young man right here has no prior actual prior racing experience before the season just gone. He hadn't raced many stocks. This was his first genuine season in stock car racing, and could you believe it? He is the Peter Rees Medalist Award winner for the 24-25 season. Let's bring him in.
Hey, Mitch.
Hello, how are we?
Yeah, we're all good, mate. Now the question is,
Good.
how are you after winning that? How cool is that?
Yeah, pretty cool feeling.
All right, well,
Pretty
we've
cool
got
to be
him.
up there with,
Sorry,
pretty cool to be
carry
up
on.
there with some of the guys that have been racing for quite a while. So, get my
Yeah.
brother to it anyway. That's all that matters.
And oops, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Oh, there he is. Stay there. Stop tooling with your phone. Just leave it still.
I'll
Keep
leave
it
it on.
still. Yeah, leave it there. We'll bring in Pete too while we've got him.
See if he drops. Get him to talk before he drops.
Yeah, you there, Pete? We'll just see if he's back at his computer.
He is there. I can see his head.
Oh, just Pete. Sit up.
Drop down, bro.
There you go. Come forward.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, I probably cut out. My internet's playing up big time.
Oh, that's all right. I thought you were trying to blow the internet up, Pete.
Oh, something's blowing up out here.
How you been anyway? All good?
Oh, it might be cutting out on him again, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're back.
Oh, yeah.
No, you're gone.
Oh, he's gone. All right. So there you go, everyone.
Well, we'll
Who
have to
doesn't
get
know who
Pete
that
back
is?
on some other time, I think, when he's with the
Love
net sorted.
internet.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. See you, Pete. We'll go back to you, Mitch. As Ammz alluded to, what's going on there, bro? You can't just come into a class that's heavily contacted and don't do any bloody thing and take it over and win this thing. How does that work?
Bit of a fluke, eh?
You cheated, eh? Honestly, you cheated, eh?
Yeah, definitely. Only way to win.
I
So
think
you-
but a lot of it helped with doing that Rees tour too, Nick. That was a pretty. You
definitely.
must have
Yeah.
enjoyed that. That was a good tour, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Racing all over there.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty fortunate enough to do that one. Went down with Dad and Sean and Paige and old Blair from our club. He went down too, so it's pretty cool to do that because I spectated the last one. I was only a young fellow and Dad done the last one and it was quite cool to watch, but it was even better to be actually doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you put into perspective with some of these names, and Ant is going to allude to a lot of these names later on when we go through the full list. But, mate, to get up there and win at the amount of points you got, you must have been pretty consistent over the season in your stock car.
Yeah, I suppose so. It's just, I don't know, Cody and Max would know, and they always said races are one in the shed, so it's just the time you spend in the shed and you're on the track, it sort of just comes to.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. So you're in the shed now. How far's the car ready to go for the opening season?
Oh, not quite. Just having a smoke at the moment. Got Max over here.
That's Max doing his hard work as always, eh?
Yeah. Nah, it's getting there slowly, just waiting on a few bits and pieces to turn up, and then, yeah, should be back together in no time.
Make opening night out of Wongas?
Yeah, should do, yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And are you
Hopefully.
planning to do all the big meetings in the stock cars this year?
Yep, should do. Looking at New Zealand's and the GP, I think. Is that in Blenheim?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then-
that's the week
then
after. So
Christchurch.
possibly them two. And then the North Islands, obviously. And not sure about the South Islands yet. I think we'll give that one a miss. But yeah, definitely want to get to the New Zealands, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It would have helped racing both those tracks last year for the GP and the and Woodford Glen, didn't it, for the stock cars last year in that tour. You got to race both those tracks, so you know how the car, even though you had
I actually only got
Smoky
one
Joe
left
motor.
at Christchurch.
Sorry?
Oh, did you?
The flywheel bolts all snapped.
Oh, that's right.
Done it up with the old rattle gun, and you meant to torque them, they reckon. So
Oh, well.
had a couple of motor issues prior to that, so we put a standard motor in and didn't quite hold, but got a lap in, and then she was all over.
Oh, well, one way to learn, mate. Got to learn that way. That's just part of it, eh? You got to learn the hard way and
That's right, yep.
see what happens, and you learn from that stuff. I'll just quickly go through here. Tracy Sweeney, Daniel Peachy, Richard Auckland, Dwayne Martin. Who else we got here? Cody's in watching, bro. So Cody's listening to you. Byron, Mike Pugh, how are you, Ammz?
I see Mike Johnson's got their ocean view where leaders not followers.
No, Fluke Mitch. It was simply outstanding all season. So there you go from Wayne Otten, mate. Outstanding, eh?
Outstanding.
You done teams, bro?
Nah, not yet. I want to.
Oh, I thought you would.
Actually, no, I have. I done it down in Wellington for the Tony Drury and Sam Parker's car for one of the meetings. And then, but yeah, that was quite cool.
Yep.
Oh, maybe fun getting the gist of it, but yeah, definitely looking forward to at least giving it a go this season.
Yeah.
Just got to build up some spares and yeah.
Awesome. Sweet as. Anything else you want to ask this young fellow before he goes back and get old Max to do some more work around the car?
Nah, just as I mentioned before, it's no prior experience beforehand and just coming out green straight away and just carving up the competition. But Mitch had been messaging me quite a few times during the season to see how his points haul was going, even during the off season gone. He'd check up on me, see if I had finalised the points, which most of the time the answer was no. So if anybody has anyone to thank and making sure last night and tonight happened, it's that man right there on screen because he keeps hounding me. So, but congratulations, bro. You've had a fantastic season. Obviously, I've been mentioning it all the time. Consistency was the key. You were exactly that, and best of luck for the coming season.
Cool, thank you. Just want to say thanks to Wayno for the car as well. He's actually given us the car for a couple of seasons to race, and Sean and Max, everything they do, Mum and Dad, Cody, Tom, plays a big part in what I do. I've never done race before, so I'm not the most mechanically minded person, so it helps a lot when I got these guys around that help me and show me what to do.
Awesome, bro.
And you got 2 new rims to go with the award, so there you go.
Yes.
Yeah, sweet. Oh, just tell Pete that I'll pick them up when Max's car goes down there, so hopefully soon.
Awesome, bro. Hey, again, congratulations, Mitch, on winning that. We'll catch up at Trackside during the season, bro. Enjoy the rest of the weeks before we get into the open season. Again, congratulations, and we'll catch up real soon, mate.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Cheers for
Thanks,
that.
Mitch.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, well, there's the winner your winning recipient for the Peter Rees Medalist for Stock Car Racing Excellence there. I'll just get Kins to bring up the points chase or the total top 10 for you on the screen right there. And fair to say he was a runaway leader there on 173 points total. Mitchell Lockett, your winner. Sam Wright there in second on 146. Troy Cleveland, the Christchurch racer on 138. 112 points there for Kyle Rowe, the 3NZ driver. Callum Flavel on 108, ahead of Jack Rarity, the Nelsonian there on 105. Dion Henderson maxed out there on 93 points. Dave Moore there on 82, making the top 10. No doubt the fans down there in Mululand will be happy about that one. And Logan Peat on 81 points there and rounding out the top 10 for the Peter Rees Medalist for Stock Car Racing Excellence, 86p Bo McLeod on 79. Which will now bring us to the final segment of the evening, and that is the Shane Penn Medalist for Superstock Racing Excellence. Kittens, if you're able to bring up our finalists for that one, please.
Okay, here we go. Oh,
And your finalists, as I had shown on the Only Ammz Facebook page earlier in the week, your current New Zealand champion Todd Hemingway, Trent James, 3 times champion there, Asher Rees, Peter Rees there also, as well as Hawke's Bay's Quinn Ryan. No doubt Books will be mighty chuffed about that one. And yep, as has been the standard throughout most of the nights that's gone so far. Again, I will mention the top 5, which I've just done, or in this case, the finalists. Now I will mention the top 3, including the winner of the Shane Penn Medalist for Superstock Racing Excellence in 3rd place. In 3rd place, 10G, Peter Rees. In 2nd place, 156P, Trent James.
Wow.
And your winner, your winning recipient for the Shane Penn Medalist for Superstock Racing Excellence for season 24-25, your winner is 126G, Asher Rees. And we do have the winning graphic there on the screen. And going back-to-back titles there for the Shane Penn Medalist award there, Asher Rees. I'm not too sure if he's in the studio. You boys will probably have a better view than me. I'm not too sure if he's got his mic going. Has he got your mic going, Asher?
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, loud and clear.
There we go.
Hey, Asher, first and foremost, congratulations, back-to-back on... Well, you're used to hearing that word, aren't you? Back to bloody back. Back to back, especially with this one, the Only Ammz Speedway Excellence Awards. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't think we stood a chance this year. We didn't debut till start of December, mid-December this year, so we were well behind the 8 ball on the points chase and sort of didn't think about it too much. We just cracked into some meetings and, yeah, we ended up coming out here, which is definitely pretty cool.
I suppose, the word is spoken to many of the winners over the last night and tonight as their work consistency. And even though you may have started late, but you did a fair bit of meetings down on the Rees tour, so I think they may have accumulated some of that, eh?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely pay thanks to it. I think we cranked 9 meetings, or 7 meetings in 9 days, or whatever it was. It was pretty chaotic. But, yeah, I think it was, quality over quantity. We did quality race. We raced with good guys and good cars, and all season. You picked and chose your meetings, so you ended up paying off.
And off season, been pretty busy, building. Every day's building.
Yeah. As you've probably talked to Pete in the past many weeks, work's been crazy. Flat out building cars, and to be fair, I haven't even started my new super, so another late start for me this year. And then I've started my stock cars all welded and going together now, so I should have that there early in the piece. But hopefully that sells after 3 or 4 meetings, and we can just move on and start focusing on the super again, getting that ready. But yeah, I've yet to start that, so we'll just see how work goes. We'll start a bit later if we have to.
Yeah. I see that the stock cars, so you're building those just for the Robin Pratt. Is that correct, Asher?
Yeah. Pete's got one, and I've got one. Not just for that, just to get a grasp on this whole injection deal with stock cars. Obviously changing over the last few years, and we've built quite a few for people, and just out of touch with gearing and what they're capable of. So we just want to get ourselves back into that market a little bit better and have a bit more know-how for our customers. And each one's potentially already sold, so after the Robin Pratt that'll go, and then we'll try and flick mine on not long after that.
Wicked.
That's cool, eh? So I mean, that's a double whammy for you, really, doing the Robin Pratt, which is going to be 20 years, but also getting that knowledge as a race car builder. Like you say, being out of it, that must be really a big positive for you guys to learn more for your customers like that.
Yeah, I feel like we learn heaps off our customers, but you can't beat being in the seat yourself. I learned a lot when I drove Brock Dommins as one in the 2 meetings I did in it, and it was just amazing how much the class has changed by going injection. So definitely looking forward to just getting out there and trying a few things.
That's cool.
All right, so you're busy, everything's busy, and everyone's bloody busy. Actually, like, holy hell, eh? Everyone's just, where do they find time, eh? Anyway, well, sorry.
I was just going to say, Dash, is he still finding plenty of family time, though, not letting work overtake that?
Oh, yeah, you get Sunday at home, you try and make that work for the family day. You go and buy coffee and just sort of relax a bit and do what you can, I try and get home every night at 5 and bath the kids and get dinner and bed and then shoot back to work if I can and do an hour or two there. And yeah, I suppose getting close in the next 7-8 weeks that we've got coming, probably a bit less family time, more work time, but you've got to keep the customers rolling through and keep them happy. So customers always right, they say.
Yeah. Is there a mini stock coming this season?
I don't know. I haven't chased up the young fella, to be fair. I'm sure if he wants to, we can make it happen, Pete's, and manage to get 2 of them. So I'm sure they won't mind one disappearing for a night to have a skid in. But yeah, I suppose we'll just see how he goes. And yeah, he's hard out in school and sports at the moment, so I'd like him to carry on with that.
Okay, good stuff.
All right, Darren, Brian Latwood, well done. Asher, Tracy Vincent, congratulations. Maru Goodley, Shot Asher, Kerry Gates, congratulations. There's a lot of congratulations in amongst all of the comments as well. Early on in the piece too for Mitch and what he's achieved, especially a lot of the Lockett family watching there as well, and which is really cool to see. So you got a big plan for the upcoming season. I'm guessing Wally's definitely on the card for the New Zealand.
Yeah, I honestly, that'll be a definite try and tick off those national title meetings again, North Islands and obviously GP and all that. But yeah, I honestly, I don't know when we're going to start the season myself. Pete's car's well underway. Both of his are. And the boys, Josh and Ethan, had their cars from last year. They just need to tidy up when Josh gets back from his trip. So yeah, I'll play it by ear. I don't mind starting a bit later and just, I don't know, I got a few things I want to change and try. So we'll just see where we can progress with what we've got to do. Yeah, I've got to dig in and get some customer work done and keep those guys rolling because that keeps the dollars rolling in the door.
Geez, it never stops for development, does it? You're saying you got more things you want to. Every year I speak to you in the off season, there's always something you want to try new for the new season. It's. I suppose that's how you keep current as a chassis builder. But what's left is just the GP, is it, to get the Grand Slam?
GP and 240s.
Oh,
I've podiumed at those other ones and the other podiums. I think I've got like 3 seconds at the GP and a third now, and then. Yeah, I've got third and I think a second at 240s as well, so I just need to win those, but not too stressed on my Grand
Slam. Isn't it, at the GP to reverse what you did for him, isn't it? Right.
Yeah, that was just a lucky thing that we all ended up where we did. And we're, sort of running shotgun that whole race for him, and it was his opportunity, like that's all he needed. It was great to be a part of being able to give it to him, and he worked hard the whole race to have it. I just gave the last corner away for him, and it don't worry me. I'm young.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly, mate. And he was just blown away. And I know Dad's very strong on one word, and that word respect. And it's a really high word that's in Pete's mind at the moment. Baz is just said to remind Asher to make sure he gets his wheels off Pete. Yeah. All right, you won some rims. You won some rims. Now remember, don't forget.
I'm sure that I'll manage to squeeze those out of him one day.
Brad Wright, how you going, Brad? Who else we got in there? Cool, there's plenty to go. Tyler Horton, hope you're all going, mate. Oh, well, that's a wrap with that lot, I would guess, before we bring in one more to go. But Asher, I look forward to catching up during the season, bro. And again, congratulations on picking up the award.
Cheers, thank you guys, and thanks for everything you do for what we do is what people call bogans, but it is a professional sport. There's professional money being spent on it, and you guys just bring that level of exposure up for us and help us out. Like where I'm not tech savvy, I can guarantee Pete's not. A lot of us aren't. We're all good at racing and love crashing into things, but thanks for what you guys do for us, and making it as professional as you do. And cheers, Ammz. You obviously stay up to all hours of the night counting points each week, and I can't even keep track of myself, let alone what you're doing. So amazing, and cheers again, eh?
Awesome.
Thanks,
Sweetie
Sasha.
Sasha. See you later.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the final award segment for the evening, team. But make no mistake about it, your winner for the Shane Penn Medalist Award for Superstock Racing Excellence there, Rees. If you don't mind bringing up the points total.
Well, there it is. There it is.
One job,
Well,
Games.
I
One
found
job.
it. There we go. There we go.
When it does come up on screen. And yeah, there we have it, race fans. 155 was the points total final for Rees there at the top of the charts. Trent James was second there on 128. Peter Rees there on 115. Quinn Ryan there on 108 alongside your current New Zealand champion Todd Hemingway. Shane Harwood there doing it for the South Island, Nelson actually, there on 102 alongside track clubmate Alex Hill back there on 91. Wayne Moss doing good things over at Stratford on 86. Luke Alderdice alongside Todd, and they've just been doing fantastic things last season, and as a consequence he sees himself in the top 10 as well on 75 alongside clubmate Kerry Remnant, who chalked up 30 years of racing on Whitehead. So congratulations, Kerry, if you're watching. That's a mighty achievement in itself. But yeah, that's the top 10 for the Shane Penn Medalist for Superstock Racing Excellence. And we have now arrived at the final segment for the evening. It is the JMax Speedway.
Isn't the second to final segment? Aren't you doing the fans' choice as well after that?
Yep. We are at the JMax Speedway Chronicles Teams Echelon for Superstocks, and I won't get you to bring it up on the screen just yet, Kins. We had a total of about 12 or 13 teams partake there. The Panthers, Giants Development, the Stratford Scrappers, the Glen Eagles, the Wanganui Warriors, Manawatu Mustangs, Auckland All-Stars, Bay Park Busters, the Gisborne Giants, Hawke's Bay Hawkeyes, the Canterbury Bee Eagles, the Waikato Wanderers, the Wellington Wildcats, the British Lions, the Rotorua Rebels, and how good was it to see back the Nelson Tigers, which they chalked up two exhibition appearances there, one at their home track in Nelson, and then a return visit to Woodford Glen later on in the season. But we will quickly go through the top five along with the stats to go along with them once I do find the points and stats totals. And in fifth place was the Wanganui Warriors, and I will quickly run over their stats now. They had a total of 6 teams races for a total win haul of 3 wins, 3 losses, a points differential of 10, and a total points haul of 6. In fourth place was the teams champion there, going 3 in a row. It was the Eagles, and they had a total of 4 races for 4 wins and 0 losses. It was just a shame they couldn't do any more teams races after that, because I can assure you they probably would have gave the winner a run for their money. But hey, still a valiant effort there on the back of 4 teams races to go 4-0. A points differential of 3 and a total points haul of 8. The Stratford Scrappers were home in third, and they had a similar fixture rating there of 4 teams races, 4 wins, and also I think I might have got the losses wrong there, but that's all good. They still round out the podium there in third for points differential of 4 and also a total of 8 points. In second place, and it was probably just a shame we didn't see this team at Palmy as well, but was the Giants development squad there, and this has been both the James brothers were in that squad. I mean, they were just complete domination there at the Huntley teams event, which is how they got their points total up so high. But they did a total of 6 teams races, 5 wins for 1 loss, a points differential of 7, and a total points haul of 10. Now this is where it gets really interesting. Let's look at the winning team for now. I won't mention the team just yet, but they had a total of 10 teams races, 7 wins, 4 losses, and I know you're probably thinking, oh, how does that work out? But I will explain that for you in a bit. 10 teams races, 7 wins, 4 losses, a points differential of 17, and an overall points haul of 14. But I know the wins and the losses numbers there just don't quite add up, and I'll explain that to you, because back at the Huntley teams event last season, the Panthers and the Wanderers were actually scheduled to have a run-off there for third and fourth. Unfortunately, the Wanderers weren't able to make that race, so they had defaulted. So that's where the extra number comes in there on the back of those 10 teams races, and that is the winning team, the Palmerston North Panthers, and we might as well bring in the face of Palmerston North. What an actually, there's the winning graphic right there on the screen. Your J-Max Speedway Chronicles team's champions there, the Palmerston North Panthers, and while he's not exactly Scotty Myers, he's not Scotty Myers, but he's the Scotty Myers from Timu. So we'll have him.
Hey, we've got the title. We've got the title, Ammz.
Pretty cool, Stu, to win that. You know, when you think of what this man's put together over the season, the early hours, accumulating the points for the classes that he's representing, but you'd be pretty proud, obviously, what the Panthers have achieved.
Yeah. That Panthers, the whole Superstock team's environment that we've got here in Palmy, and I'm not directly involved in the Superstock side of it, but I know that what they do, they put in a lot of work, and this year was a lot of redevelopment. I know there was a lot of surprises as to who was in the Panthers and in the Mustangs and all that, and we had quite a mix of experience in this Panthers team this year, and it was actually quite exciting to see the drivers that we had amongst it. The likes of Trent James in it, Scott Williams, who I thought was absolutely outstanding 2 seasons ago for the Mustangs. Really earned his spot in the Panthers, and having Brendan Tye being obviously contract to Palmy in the recent years, and he made his way into that Panthers team. So those 3 new guys, along with Jack, William, and Scott Joblin, what a team, and they done primo this year.
Yeah, definitely too, and that's taking no disrespect as well to the Mustangs, who came out fighting as well at the big teams chance up there in February. And look, everyone know you're associated with the Pumas, but as Ammz alluded to before you come and join us on the show, you're like the Timu version of Scott Myers and sit there in front of the Panthers, but you're there doing it, mate, so which is cool, and we appreciate you coming on to join us again.
Well, Scotty's over in England, isn't he, at the moment? Well, someone, slightly as good looking as Scott, I suppose, just slot in the place. I just haven't got a hat to put on and take off when the results are going and not going our way on the track.
Yeah. Have you got a cell phone handy?
Yeah, mate, I got a cell phone.
He's always on the phone, always on the bloody phone, mate. Have you actually heard how things are going over there for Jack? I've seen he's had a win too, and I do know there's some live stream on racing coming up soon. It's just good to see the boys over there, but have you had any contact with Jack, Scott, or any of the others over there?
Nah, not as such. Just been following it like you guys, really, and following as I guess just Jack and Scott that have raced at the moment.
Yeah,
Scotty T that is, and obviously you saw Josh had taken off and over there, and I guess Todd's over there as well by now, judging by the Ashton post. So they'll have a cool weekend coming up. Can't wait to watch that live stream. But Jacko's done the Panthers proud over the years, and for a young fella that he is, and same with William. They've become staunch stalwarts of the Panthers, and obviously we've got old Scotty Joblin in there still, and he's keeping the veteran side of things alive, and as I say, like Ammz alluded to, 10 races would have been obviously 11, but 10 races is a pretty big task. When you look at what was the next one, you said, Ammz, something like 8 races.
Yeah,
I think it was. And, you can only but imagine had the Glen Eagles done more than just team champs this year and a few of those other teams, how close this whole points thing would have been. I watched last night with the Stockcars and the Rascals, with them winning it. And I think we may have done more teams races, but they had a better success rate. And, it's the same with the Panthers. You might do all these teams races, but you've still got to win. And it's been a while since the Panthers. I think we're on our longest losing streak at teams champs at the moment, the Panthers. We've got 18 titles, but it's been a while since we've had a championship to the Panthers' name, and we just want to lift that trophy here in Palmy. We want to have the Panthers back on top, and it's going to be an interesting season ahead, that's for sure as well.
Yeah. Come February could be interesting. Who's going to be the team to stop the dominance of the Glen Eagles is what we're talking about. They reflect on the early 2000s, where it was the Panthers' stronghold, and now who's going to stop the Glen Eagles, I would guess. And I can't see many changes in that bloody team coming up for the upcoming season.
No, you can't. And why would you, They've only sort of changed one driver every year or two, I think, and brought someone new in. And obviously having the 6-car rule, allowed them to bring an extra one in. So why would you change a winning formula? And especially when you've got, say, the likes of Jaden and Sauce, who we'd love to have in Palmy. Obviously, they're Palmy boys, and they've been the backbone with Harley for that team. And then you add in the Scotty T's and the Huggies and the big sexy James and a few of those boys, and it'd be cool to have those boys home. But at the same time, it's probably helped the Superstock teams racing ranks around the country, and it really gives us a chance and shows us here in Palmy that we've got to lift our game. 18 titles and the next best is 4 or 5. We've wouldn't say we've had it easy for a while, but we've had a lot go our way for a while, and I think we've got to still pick our game up. It's like every rugby coach says, you have a good game. And I remember watching Steve Hansen and Graham Henry, and I remember Steve Hansen when he won his World Cup in 2015, and he they asked him what he thought of it, and he said, this was after the final. He said, we can still do better. And I thought, mate, you've just run the Rugby World Cup, but he's still worried about how they can be better. And I think it's the same here in Palmy. We have quite a high standard, I guess, and we just always want to we want to get back on top and have the Panthers, chasing 20. We're on 18. We need a couple more and chase that 20. And we've got a good group of guys here, and we just got to keep them hungry. And luckily enough for us, I suppose the success rate, while it's good to win this team champs echelon as well, the one we really want to win's in February, isn't it?
Yeah, everything's on track in regards to the opening of the season. Though you're back behind the mic doing what you normally do, and everything's pretty well on target for the opening.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I will be. I'll be back on the mic, and we'll see what drivers pop out and see who's swapped and changed classes and who's contracting to Palmy and things like that. And I'm sure there'll be a great pool of drivers. We normally have a teams meeting in about, probably the end of September. We normally have a meeting and get all the drivers together and, the expressions of interest to who's interested in teams racing and who's sort of interested in being in the support crew. Obviously Scotty Myers is there and Parksy's still around, and I'm sure Wayne and Kerry will be about in the Mustangs, and Jake Baker does a heck of a lot behind the scenes, as well as Bundy these days. Bundy's, I really hope one day we could see Bundy with the manager's hat on, because I think he's got a lot to offer to one of the teams. Awesome. And even Jordan Deere, so there's a lot of people in the background that are assets. We just got to keep the drivers hungry and chase on a title.
Awesome, bro. Well, good luck with that. We'll catch up, no doubt, sometime real soon, trackside. We do appreciate you hanging in the background there, joining us tonight. And again, congratulations on picking up the awards. Thanks to J Max Speedway Chronicles as well. So well deserved, mate. And thanks joining us tonight, Scotty Myers apprentice.
Yeah. I guess cheers to J Mac and cheers to Ammz putting the hours in on this awards night and throughout the season. And obviously on behalf of the Palmerston North Panthers, it's cool to show that the hard work that the boys have put in has paid off with some success at the end of the season. And as I say, we're just chasing that one in February. That's the main one we want to chase and get back. But I'll probably catch up with you boys in a few weeks as well, by the sounds of it, and have a chat about something else.
Awesome, bro.
Yes, I've had a phone call.
Good. Sounds good. All right, Stewie. Thank you, bro.
Just to say too, Kins, the people watching still, they just want to keep an eye on our page the next 2 nights, because Scotty T did message me, and he might look at probably one night this week before the weekend to come join us and have a talk. So awesome. Sounds good. Cheers, Stewie.
Cheers, boys. Enjoy the rest.
You too. See you later.
Mate.
Thanks, bro.
Always good to catch up with Stewie.
Ammz, while that was going on, or what?
Yeah, well, yeah, the Scotty Myers apprentice there. I'd probably say he was the Scotty Myers from Temu or AliExpress anyway, but he looked close enough to him. But yeah, once again, congratulations to the Palmerston North Panthers there on taking out the JMac Speedway Chronicles Superstock teams Echelon. Big thank you once again to JMac or Marcus Markia for bringing in that, actually supporting that initiative. And there we have it. That's the final points totals there for all the participating teams that took to the track in season 24 and 25. And I must say a big thank you to all those teams and all the drivers and all the crews who were involved in getting those teams on the track. As I can assure you, teams racing is it's not easy, man. You know, some of those drivers probably just find it hard to even go out the gate. You know, so big ups to all the drivers, to all the teams, all the crews, all the sponsors that are involved, whoever. If you're part of the a Superstock team, man, then big ups to you guys for putting in the time it takes to put the action for us on track. But yeah, team, we've arrived at the last segment of the show. It is the Captured Media People's Choice Award. Pleased to say that all 552 of you had responded since this morning's post went up. So big thank you to each and every one of you for taking part in this initiative. And as I had alluded to on my post this morning on my Only Ammz page, whenever I do put up fan initiatives, man, you guys never fail to come to the party. So what we had done there is kept the top 10 across all the medalist sections there, and by virtue, you guys had the chance to vote for any one of those drivers. It didn't matter who it was. Disregard all the championships, disregard all the titles, disregard all the results, because the power was in your guys' hands. I had nothing. I couldn't control it. So it's all in your guys' hands, and I'm about to announce the winners for those, beginning with the Alan Wakeling medalist for sprint cars there, and your winning driver, your People's Choice Award winner for that one, at 34.4% of the total vote, was the 1NZ of Max Guilford. So, and I must acknowledge, yep.
He's enjoying that. He's loving it.
Yeah, I know he is. Yeah, and I must acknowledge Max, though. He's just doing some wonderful things over in the US of A at the moment, which is sprint car racing. And I think he had a feature win the other night. I might have seen on his page. But Maxie, if you're watching, mate, congratulations on the result there, and also your placing in the Alan Wakeling medalist for sprint car racing excellence. Moving on to the People's Choice for the Roger Bertram medalist for modifieds, and it was kind of really a two-horse race in this one, but your winner at 43.7% of the total vote was 2NZ Brad Lane. But yep.
I didn't vote for him. I voted for someone else.
Yeah, he took most of the vote there. The next highest competitor there was actually 31.2% of the total vote, and that was 1NZ Jacob Mitchell. But
I didn't vote for him either.
Your People's Choice Award for the Roger Bertram medalist.
I picked Cody Hutter.
I thought you did.
Cody Hutter, well, trying to find him here. Well, he was only on 2.9%.
Oh, Cody.
But hey, as I had alluded to, it's the People's Choice Award, and Brad Lane takes it out there for the Roger Bertram medalist. The Tony Cardwell medalist for Super Saloons, the winner there on quite a heavily contested section, this one, but at 26.6 of the total vote, your winner was actually the 26K of Mitch Vickery.
Oh, wow.
So,
wow.
Yeah. A well-deserved result there, and his next highest competitor to him was actually the 2NZ of Chris Cowling there on 16.5% of the total vote. But we're moving on to the Peter Rees medalist for stock cars there, and well, this one is probably a foregone conclusion as well, but winning at 33.5 of the total vote was actually the 94A of Sam Wright.
Wow.
So,
Cool.
I better give him a cheer.
Yeah. And then obviously the next highest competitor to him was actually Troy Cleveland on 25.5% of the total vote. And then we're moving on to the last section of all. That is the Shane Penn medalist for Superstocks. And your winner at 34.1% of the total vote was 1NZ, Todd Hemingway. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
The people have spoken.
Who
was second to Todd?
Next highest to Todd was actually Trent James at 23.6% of the total vote. It's
He got my vote too. I gave Trent my vote.
Yeah, well, it's funny that because before the actual show, I only had, I think, a total response. It was only around 300, and at that stage, Trent was actually leading it by a fair margin. So it's obviously a lot of people had tuned in or went to vote while the show was happening, and good on them as well. Because yeah, as I said, there was power to the people, man, and I placed the power in their own hands to pick a people's champion. And as you said, man, the people have spoken. So big congratulations to our People's Choice Awards winners there, team. But that brings to an end night 2 of the Pokeno Auto Centre Speedway Awards of Excellence. Trust you have enjoyed watching the coverage over the last 2 nights, wherever you may be watching around Aotearoa New Zealand, team. It's been a pleasure to bring these awards to you, and it has been my absolute pleasure as well to bring these points updates to you over the course of the season. And it does make the 4 a.m. wake up on Sunday mornings a little bit worthwhile. And if as long as you guys keep supporting it along with the drivers, man, I'm going to keep doing it. So what can I say? Just
well, we've got a permanent segment on the show each season now of you, so you've got to make sure you do it.
Yeah. You guys are holding me to ransom now. So. But what more can I say? Just a big thank you to everyone who's participated in whatever way possible. Half the job was myself collating these results, but to all the drivers who partook in the points of whether you had won it, whether you'd won a championship, a couple of races, or even you just done one meeting, man, and you're fortunate enough to have your name in the points, big ups to you, because without you guys on the track, I wouldn't be able to do all this stuff. So, teams, it's been a big couple of nights, but pleased to see it's all come to an end now.
Well, hey, at least you'll get your Sundays back for now, so you can go out there and spend some quality whānau time on a Sunday morning, my bro. But on behalf of everyone that says it in the comments here as well, to all of us, you're a bloody champion in your own right. And I know it's your passion and it's your drive that you have for the sport overall, and the concept from the Delhi Ammz from the NRL. It's a brilliant concept to our beloved sport of Speedway. It puts drivers in the spotlight and it gets them out there continuing to race to entertain you. Honestly, the race fans out there, that's what they do it for, and they accumulate points over the time to get them the accolades that they pick up and win over the last couple of nights. So again, thanks to every driver that participated over the season. Bring on 25-26 season, where Ammz gets up at 4 o'clock on a Sunday morning to collate the points again. But we'll buy him a chocolate ice cream. I found out last night he loves a chocolate ice cream. Me and Book's an orange choc chip.
Yeah, I went out and bought some orange choc chip today after yesterday's blood.
You're going to go eat some after this, aren't you?
Yeah, we're going to have a bowl.
And I was thinking before, all the Ashtons jumped on board, and that's how Todd got it in the end. There's hundreds of them. So take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend. Go to the All Blacks in Wellington. Go to the Warriors at Go Media Stadium. Otherwise, go you out there, you great, wonderful people, for joining our show and being part of the Only Ammz Awards. Congrats to all the winners.
Yep, awesome. Thank you again from me as well. And don't forget, keep it on our page. There may be a pop-up where we might pop in with Scotty T, who messaged me today to say, yep, he wants to do something this week. So hopefully he has the time and we get him on. So I'll keep Kins informed on that as a last-minute thing.
Cool as. I'm thinking about watching a race at Kings Lynn. I'll send the link go up, and I'll see him on all of the UK stock car pages being interviewed. Man, I tell you what, I watch so much on bloody social media when you're sick, laying at home in bed, suffering with the man flu. All you do is live on book face.
I see Maru. He reckons he was going to get the 3 days ration or something, so I might just go and park up at his place with my camper and my ice cream.
Yep.
All right. Cheers,
Don't
Ammz.
forget the trifle.
And the yeah. Hey, thanks,
No,
team.
thanks again,
Ammz.
boys.
Thanks,
Yeah,
everybody.
thank
And tune in and keep an eye on our page to see what's happening. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Holy snapping duck shit.
My good mate from Bump and Run Booker joined us.
I'm excited for another great show tonight. Give it the hoot, Nanny.